welcome to Blackbriar Gaming. Today, we're going to look at the 3rd edition Horus Heresy box set leaks, coming to us hot and blurry. Games Workshop is not going to be happy about this. Now, if you've watched my previous content, you might be aware that it's been a hot minute since I've created any Horus Heresy content. This is for about 5 different reasons, but with 3rd edition just around the corner, I can confirm that once again, I am hyped for Heresy. Now, let's take a sneaky peek at these leaks. We got a couple of pictures today of the box. We got the front and the back sitting in what looks like someone's car out of a box. Maybe it fell off the back of a truck. And it appears, the picture came through the Warhammer 30k Reddit, I believe. And it appears that it was put up on Marketplace for $500. Maybe that implies it was in the US that this happened. I'm not entirely sure, but if someone actually managed to buy this through Facebook Marketplace and is currently opening it right now, that would be absolutely amazing. So what have we seen? We've seen the top of the box and we've seen the back of the box. Is this real? I think so. I would be utterly shocked if this wasn't real and someone managed to put this together, either creating it or I don't think it's AI. It's too good for that. I just can't see a world where someone's created this and it's fake. So, in my opinion, this thing is real, and we can now see what the 3rd edition of Horus Heresy's box set looks like. Let's see what we've got. So, the set comes with 50 miniatures in total. That is 40 Mark II Marines, Mark II plastic Marines. All the rumors were true, people. All the rumors were true. We've got 6 Saturnine Terminators with different weapon loadouts from what we can see there. It's a bit blurry, but we'll do our best. We've got a couple of Praetors, one in Saturnine Terminator armor and one in what looks like Mark II armor. It's a little tricky to see. And we've got the big gun emplacement, the kind of quad autocannon-ish looking thing there, and we've got a Saturnine Dreadnought. So there is so much going on here, all new miniatures in this box, which is fantastic. I know that a lot of people were complaining about the Heresy, that we're just seeing kind of a rehash of old miniatures. Well, Games Workshop has gone out on a leg here, created some new miniatures, and some people like them, and some people don't. And look, that's going to be the case with any miniatures. Me, personally, I haven't really made up my mind how I feel about them yet. I'm still processing the excitement and what this means and where this is going. So I will come back with maybe an opinion at a later time. But let's look at exactly what we've got. So, as I said, we've got those 40 Mark II. It looks like there's a special weapons kit that comes with the box. Now, I don't know if that's just one type of special weapon or if it's a full special weapon kit like you would see in that kind of upgrade box that we've got. But the veteran legionary there that we can see on the back of the box seems to be holding, it looks like a rotary cannon. Now, it's not the Mark VI rotary cannon, so that implies we've got Mark II special weapons, which of course makes sense because it would be different arms and poses and whatnot. So maybe it's a Mark II rotary cannon, maybe it's something completely different. I'm not entirely sure. The picture isn't quite sharp enough to tell. But you can see that there are multiple Marines holding weapons other than bolters on the back of this box, which is just fine. We've then got the Saturnine Terminators, and it looks like the Saturnine Terminators come in 2 different varieties, maybe more, but I'd say probably not. It is probably just the 2 different types. The one that we've got there that you can see front and center nice and clear seems to have 2... I don't know what these weapons are. They look like a mix between a mini grav bombardier kind of thing mixed with a plasma something or another. Maybe a mix between the two, maybe a totally new kind of weapon. If my ignorance is betraying me here and you know exactly what this weapon is, please put it down in the comments. But it looks powerful, let's put it that way. And he's got one in each hand and he's ready just to start blasting. So that is one type of variant there. And then it looks like we have another type of Saturnine Terminator in the box, in the big army picture you can see on the back there. That seems to be holding what looks like maybe a flamer weapon, which would be very salamandery, so that would make sense. Maybe it's a melter weapon of some type, some kind of multi-melter, heavy flamer situation. and what looks like a power fist for the other weapon that Terminator's going for. The poses are quite static with the Saturnine, which makes sense. They don't quite look like the artwork. They've gone in a slightly different direction, mainly around kind of the torso there and a bit of the legs, but those shoulder pads are definitely full Saturnine, and is kind of what we're expecting to see. When it comes to the Praetors, you've got the Saturnine Praetor there, who is holding a thunder hammer in one hand, and it looks like a bit of a weapon on top of a power fist, like a power fist with a weapon coming out the top that he can aim and shoot, I suppose, that looks a bit plasma-ish. So that's that guy. And then you've got the Mark II Praetor, and he is holding what looks like a power mace, or it could be a Crozier something or another, maybe a chaplain weapon of some description. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see on that one. That one, of course, we can't get a good close-up of, so we don't know exactly what he looks like. But then that brings us to that quad gun situation, kind of like a giant version of the Tarantula sentry guns, I suppose, with, I imagine, 4 autocannons shoved on it. They might be something different if they're like accelerator cannons or something wild or bigger like that. That would be nuts, but I'm going to assume those are autocannons, and we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure if I dived into the rumors, I'll be able to work out exactly what those are, but a little bit of mystery is not a bad thing. For the Dreadnought, once again, we've got that kind of grav plasma weapon mix. Once again, if that is a known weapon type and I'm just missing it, please let me know. And in the on the other arm, it looks like a multi-melter, perhaps a melter cannon, something or another. We'll wait and see. It's got little extra shooty boys on the chest there, so same kind of loadout from a weapons perspective, I suppose, as your bigger Dreadnoughts. But this guy just looks huge. I can only imagine how tough this Dreadnought is going to be, because he is a big boy. And those Saturnine Terminators as well, they are so much bigger than your normal Mark II Marines. And those Mark II Marines will not be short either. They are that new scale, so they're quite tall, and that Saturnine just looms over him. So these are big miniatures that are coming in this box, which is pretty cool. Here we can also see a bit of the text. It's really hard to read in the top right corner of the box, but one of the things that I did make out is that it is confirmed that it is the 3rd edition of the game. So we will 100% be getting a new rulebook. How different that rulebook looks, I don't know, and we will have to wait and see. I have all kinds of thoughts and opinions on that as well, but I won't get into them here. The paint scheme is the other thing. So we've had it now confirmed that we've got Salamanders and Iron Warriors as the main paint schemes for this box, which is a bold choice on Games Workshop's part. It's just completely left of center for what they would usually bring to the fore in their kind of the armies they care about and they focus on. But hey, Iron Warriors are actually, I think, pretty popular just because they're pretty easy to paint. Salamanders, not so much, but I think it's more because of their rules, not because flamey Space Marine boys are cool, which I think they are. I mean, who doesn't love flames and lizards? So Salamanders and Iron Warriors, really different, but it matches the theme. Certainly Iron Warriors with that gun emplacement makes a lot of sense, and the Salamanders with their big static Terminator boys, definitely in that slow plodding nature of them, makes a lot of sense as well. So they've clearly chosen legions that best bring out, I suppose, the nature of the miniatures in the box, which I fully get. Of course, I have no doubt that people will be buying this box and using all those miniatures in a single army, and that is absolutely fine. There are plenty of legions that would appreciate that, and I'm sure I'll be getting into those in future videos. So now the big question is, what is Games Workshop going to do? Are they going to stick with the teasers that they've been bringing out, the trolling that's been happening, which a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about? Certainly, we just received another one today that said 399 hours until we receive then I guess the release, the drop. And I think that was meant to coincide with an event that was happening around late May, where the reveal was going to be. Now, are they going to wait 399 more hours until the reveal now that we've got this leak? I would probably say not. Are they going to keep releasing those teasers? I feel like, unfortunately, they fall a little flat now, which is a bit of a shame, because it was kind of fun, although I know a lot of people did not enjoy that. Senses of humor, people, but I think what they're going to do now is reveal early. I think they have to, with this being out there, with the potato camera, taking this cheeky snap and putting it out for the world to see and taking a bit of the air out of Games Workshop sale. I dare say they will just go with the Warhammer community article, maybe any minute now, and just do a full preview of this box and hopefully make a bit of fun of the whole situation. I mean, how ironic that they were doing a full trolling teaser campaign with pretend leaks, and then we've got this actual leak. I mean, that is classic Games Workshop shenanigans and classic Games Workshop community shenanigans. So I just wanted to put this box out there. I wanted to talk about it a bit. I wanted to let you know that Heresy is coming back. It's coming back for a 3rd edition, and I think I'm coming back with it. I am ready to go down that journey again and just get really excited. So that is all for today. Just a quick one, because frankly, I couldn't help myself. Importantly, make sure to keep rolling those dice and getting hyped for Heresy.